All right, you know, celebrities carry a lot of weight in these elections, and you might not like it, but on the right or left, when they muse about something, believe me, it gets media attention. So Jennifer Lawrence, when she comments on the GOP, and more to the point, Donald Trump in Vogue, it gets attention. She said that my view on the election is pretty cut and dry, that Donald Trump is president of the United States, it will be the end of the world, and he's also the best thing to happen to the Democrats ever. But she's just saying that if he were to get in, it's the end of the world, but Democrats can stop that end of the world, ergo the Democrats are like heroic figures. And she should know, because if Donald Trump became president, she would probably kill him with a bow and arrow. I don't know that. It's based on her movies. Anyway, Mercedes Schlapp, Liz, chatted in on the influence these guys have. What do you make of that, Liz, to you first, on the influence a celebrity has when they weigh in? And she's a well-liked celebrity.
She is a well-liked celebrity, and I think she's a good actress, but she doesn't speak for the Democratic Party as a whole. She's not a Democratic strategist. I don't even think she's played one in the movies yet. So I think her point of view is just her point of view. I don't think it necessarily reflects the point of view of the Democratic Party. She has every right to say it, but it doesn't mean that that's what America is focused on. I will agree with her, however, to the point that I don't think Donald Trump is going to be the right choice to be president of the United States. Whether or not it's the end of the world or not is a completely different matter, but I don't think he's going to be the president of the United States.
You know, Mercedes, I don't care if celebrities weigh in. I know there are a lot of people who, and maybe fellow journalists, who just so don't like to hear from. I don't have a problem. Anyone is free to have an opinion. That's fine. What I do worry about is that you can move and motivate and change the minds of millions of people, young people and otherwise, who base their view based on a celebrity. I know that's how advertising works. You know, you have a big athlete, something supporting a brand of sneakers or even a beer or so. It makes a big influence. I understand that. Well, I think we should, though, have a different standard for those who want to lead our country, though. But your thoughts?
Well, you know, I think for Jennifer Lawrence, I mean, she's living in her Hollywood castle, and for her to try to understand the basic rights of women and the fact and really she should probably look at the numbers. When you look under President Obama, and this again, if Hillary Clinton were to win, what we have seen with the economic policies, it has been crushing for women. We've seen 2 million additional women in poverty. We have seen poverty rates for single mothers go up to 40%. We are seeing 57 million, an all-time high of women out of the labor force and basically not collecting a paycheck. So you want to talk about the basic rights of the women out there? Basic rights of women is dignity of work, economic opportunity, the ability to pay their bills. And I hate to say it, but if that's the case if Hillary Clinton follows Obama's policies, I don't see where the women are going to be able to benefit.
You know, I don't know, Liz, I'm at the risk of sounding sexist here. I'm old enough to remember when Maggie Thatcher became the Prime Minister of Britain. And obviously it was a very historic moment. The first woman who was a leader of a big, major country. I'm not dismissing Golda Meir before in Israel, but the message was between a major world economic power, having a woman at the top of that power was a big deal. Yet there were many women at the time who complained of why did it have to be her? And why did it have to be such a nutty conservative? I'm paraphrasing, but that as if the world was waiting for a liberal woman. And yet we've seen women, when they have advanced, by and large, they've been fairly conservative. And Angela Merkel comes to mind in Germany. But more often than not, that's what they get. And women are angry about that. What do you make of that weird anomaly?
I'm not sure I would completely agree with you, Neil, about all of that. I mean, I think
well, then you can't come on this show. The point is, guests always must agree.
Okay, I'll get off then. I'll leave.
Finish that point.
No, I understand. I don't think I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do think that when an electorate, whether it be in Britain, whether it be in America, wherever it be in the world, when an electorate has an idea about one political party or another, and then the opposing party comes forward and does something that is counterintuitive, that defies conventional wisdom, it will capture people's imaginations. However, I do want to address the issue of basic women's rights and which party here in America, Democrats or Republicans, are doing better for women's rights. And I got to tell you, I think the Republican record on women's rights and basic economic issues, equal pay for equal rights, affordable and safe child care, I don't think the Republicans are putting those issues front and center. And it's exactly why you've seen huge gender gender gaps in both the 2008 and 2012 presidential elections, where Barack Obama, the current president, walked away with 20% more of the female vote than either of the Republican candidate. That's
maybe real
important.
quickly, Mercedes, the problem is that that's how candidates treat women. They patronize them on issues like that when all women, in fact, most pay the bills in a lot of households, don't want to be separated that way. They want to know, what are you going to do to improve the economy? We'll deal with the differentiators later, right?
It's the kitchen table issues, right? It's sort of, how am I going to be able to pay my bills? How am I going to be able to have economic opportunity so I can grow? How can I make sure that my wages don't stay stagnant? And what we've seen is the economic reality of what we've seen in the past 8 years. So I think it's going to be interesting to see where the women go and where they vote. I think they still are very gettable, and I think for the GOP candidates, you know, it is going to be important for them to address these issues and really be able to connect with the women out there.
Well spoken, both of you, and that includes you, Liz, your final appearance here, but I appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Neil. I appreciate that.
Kidding. All right, ladies, I thank you. In the meantime, this might get back to what we were just chatting about, this idea, where do people automatically go? What if I told you that 4 to 5 Obama donors, those who committed money to Barack Obama, are not committed yet to Hillary Clinton, and they're not really committed yet to Bernie Sanders. So exactly who are they committed to? And what are they waiting for? Gaspo on what you don't know.